एहि सुर सहस्रांशो तेजो राशि जगत्पति अनुकंपये मां भक्त्या गृहानार्घं दिवाकर। ओम सूर्याय नमः, ओम आदित्याय नमः, ओम नमो भास्कराय नमः। सम्मानित मंच और दर्शक दीर्घा के समस्त प्रतिभागीगण, समस्त सभासद, आप सभी का आज के इस कार्यक्रम में हार्दिक स्वागत है एवं अभिनंदन है। जैसा आप सभी जानते हैं, हेरिटेज सोसाइटी और श्री गुरु गोविंद सिंह कॉलेज के बीच में संयुक्त तत्वावधान में कई कार्यक्रम लगातार किए जा रहे हैं। हम लोगों ने वर्कशॉप भी कराया, हेरिटेज वॉक भी कराया, लेक्चर्स भी कराया, बहुत सारे लेक्चर्स कराए, सेमिनार भी कराए हैं। उसी क्रम में आज का यह कार्यक्रम हम लोग आयोजित कर रहे हैं, जिसका आज के कार्यक्रम का विषय है इंडियन एंशिएंट विजडम and its missing place in the history of geography, focus on central Himalaya through the lenses of मानस खंड। आज के कार्यक्रम के मुख्य वक्ता महोदय जो हम लोगों के साथ जुड़ रहे हैं, प्रोफेसर धर्मेंद्र कुमार दुबे साहब, जो डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ ज्योग्राफी इन्वायरमेंटल साइंसेज, कॉलेज ऑफ सोशल साइंसेज, वेराबे यूनिवर्सिटी, इथियोपिया से जुड़ रहे हैं। साथ ही साथ आज के कार्यक्रम की अध्यक्षता हेतु हम लोगों के साथ जल्दी ही जुड़ेंगे प्रोफेसर समीर कुमार शर्मा साहब, रजिस्ट्रार नालंदा ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी नालंदा। आज के कार्यक्रम के वेलकम एड्रेस हेतु श्री गुरु गोविंद सिंह कॉलेज के हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ फिलॉसफी से हम लोगों के साथ जुड़ रहे हैं डॉक्टर उमेश कुमार साहब। साथ ही साथ आज के कार्यक्रम के धन्यवाद ज्ञापन हेतु श्री गुरु गोविंद सिंह कॉलेज के प्रधानाचार्य महोदय प्रिंसिपल साहब डॉक्टर सुबोध कुमार सिंह साहब हम लोगों के साथ जुड़ रहे हैं। तो आप सभी का आज के इस कार्यक्रम में हार्दिक स्वागत है एवं अभिनंदन है। और मैं हर बार की भांति इस बार पुनः हेरिटेज सोसाइटी की तरफ से मंच संचालन हेतु आप लोगों के समक्ष उपस्थित हुआ हूँ। तो इसमें अत्यधिक विलम्ब न करते हुए आज के कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए और स्वागत वक्तव्य हेतु डॉक्टर उमेश कुमार सिंह साहब का हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूँ। स्वागत है सर।
वंदनीय भारत माता, आज के इस आभासीय माध्यम से परिचर्चा के माननीय अध्यक्ष प्रोफेसर समीर कुमार शर्मा, कुल सचिव नालंदा खुला विश्वविद्यालय नालंदा, इस परिचर्चा के शामिल वैलिडिटरी एड्रेस के लिए आज के परिचर्चा के मुख्य वक्ता प्रोफेसर धर्मेंद्र कुमार दुबे, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ ज्योग्राफी एंड एनवायरमेंटल स्टडी, कॉलेज ऑफ सोशल साइंस, वेराबे यूनिवर्सिटी, इथियोपिया। चर्चा प्रवर्तक डॉक्टर अनंताशुतोष द्विवेदी जी, डायरेक्टर जनरल हेरिटेज सोसाइटी पटना। आप सभी लोगों का इस आभासीय माध्यम से हो रहे चर्चा पर मैं बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूं, सबका अभिनंदन करता हूं, आप सबका हृदय की गहराइयों से स्वागत करता हूं। आज के इस परिचर्चा का विषय है इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम, भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा एंड इट्स मिसिंग प्लेस इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ ज्योग्राफी, फोकस ऑन सेंट्रल हिमालयन थ्रू द लेंस ऑफ मानस खंड। आज के परिचर्चा का विषय यही है। हम सभी जानते हैं कि प्राचीन भारत में दर्शन, ध्वन्यात्मक भाषा विज्ञान, अनुष्ठान, व्याकरण, खगोल विज्ञान, सांख्य सिद्धांत, आयुर्वेद, ज्योतिष एवं संगीत शामिल है। प्राचीन भारत में गणित के क्षेत्र में शून्य का कंसेप्ट, बीज गणित की तकनीकी, कलन पद्धति, वर्गमूल, धनमूल का कंसेप्ट इस्तेमाल होता है। प्राचीन भारत में औपचारिक तथा अनौपचारिक दोनों तरह की शिक्षा प्रणाली थी। हम सब जानते कि भारत, पुराना भारत जिसमें बांग्लादेश था भी, जिसमें पाकिस्तान भी था, जिसमें श्रीलंका भी था, जो अफगानिस्तान तक था, भारत का जो क्षेत्र था, वो शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में हम काफी आगे बढ़े हुए थे। नालंदा, तक्षशिला, विक्रमशिला विश्वविद्यालय जो हमारा ज्ञान का उत्कृष्ट केंद्र था, वो इस देश में था। उद्योग के क्षेत्र में भी हम जानते हैं कि ढाका का मलमल विश्व प्रसिद्ध था, तथा दिल्ली में आज जो खड़ा लौह स्तंभ है, जिसमें जो लोहा लगा हुआ है, वह भी जंग नहीं लगता है। अर्थात भारत में ऐसे उद्योग की स्थापना की गई थी, ऐसे जिस लोहे में जंग नहीं लगता था। तो भारत जीवन के प्रत्येक क्षेत्र में दुनिया के सामने अपना एक दर्शन रखा है। प्राचीन भारत में गुरु अपने शिष्यों पर काफी ध्यान रखते थे। गुरु वार्तालाप और प्रश्नोत्तरी के जरिए अपने विद्यार्थियों की क्षमता एवं सामर्थ्य का पता लगाते थे। हम रामचरितमानस की एक पंक्ति को कोट करेंगे, जिसमें कहा गया है कि गुरुगृह गएऊ पढ़न रघुराई, अल्पकाल विद्या सब पाई। हमने पढ़ा है कि श्री कृष्ण और संदीपनी गुरु के आश्रम में श्री कृष्ण और सुदामा कैसे एक साथ पढ़ते थे, और गुरु भक्त और उन्हीं की कथा जग जाहिर है। द्रोणाचार्य की कहानी हमने पढ़ी है। तो हमारी जो प्राचीन शिक्षा प्रणाली थी भारत में, जो वो उत्कृष्ट शिक्षा प्रणाली थी, और इस देश के लोगों ने जीवन के प्रत्येक क्षेत्र में एक ऐसा मानदंड स्थापित किया है जो दुनिया में, विश्व में कहीं भी देखने को नहीं मिलता है। प्राचीन काल से ही भारत उच्च मानवीय मूल्यों एवं विशिष्ट वैज्ञानिक परंपराओं का देश रहा है। भारत की संस्कृति दुनिया भारत की संस्कृति दुनिया से अलग रही है, और इसीलिए हम वसुधैव कुटुंबकम का पाठ पढ़ते हैं। हम पढ़ते हैं कि अयं निजं परोवेति गणना लघु चेतसाम उदार चरितानंतु वसुधैव कुटुंबकम। इस पृथ्वी पर रहने वाले जितने लोग हैं, सब हमारे कुटुंब हैं, सब हमारे परिवार हैं। हम जियो और जीने देने, लेट लिव एंड लेट लिव के सिद्धांत में विश्वास करने वाले लोग हैं। चरक संहिता, सुश्रुत संहिता, वेद, उपनिषद इस देश के आदर्श रहे हैं। आज के नवीन शिक्षा पद्धति में भारत सरकार के द्वारा जो नई शिक्षा पद्धति 2020 लागू किया गया है, इस दिशा में एक अच्छा प्रयास किया है। भारत सरकार के शिक्षा मंत्रालय ने भारतीय ज्ञान प्रणाली AKS जिसको कहा जाता है शॉर्ट फॉर्म में, नाम का एक विभाग बनाया है, जिसका उद्देश्य ज्ञान की स्वदेशी भारतीय प्रणाली को बढ़ावा देना है। इन्हीं बातों के साथ मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूं। धन्यवाद। लिंक खत्म हो गया। धन्यवाद आशुतोष जी। आशुतोष जी। क्या हलो, यही आभास के माध्यम से दिक्कत तकनीक
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद डॉक्टर उमेश कुमार साहब इस स्वागत वक्तव्य हेतु। कुछ तकनीकी समस्याएं आ रही है, इसके कारण से मैं दर्शकों से क्षमा प्रार्थी हूं। अब कार्यक्रम में आगे बढ़ते हुए आज के मुख्य वक्ता महोदय, जिनका हम सभी बेसब्री से इंतजार कर रहे हैं, जिनका आज का प्रमुख विषय है Indian ancient wisdom and its missing place in the history of geography, focus on central Himalayan through the lenses of Manas Khand। इस विषय पर वक्तव्य देने हेतु अपने दोनों संस्थान हेरिटेज सोसाइटी और श्री गुरु गोविंद सिंह कॉलेज की तरफ से हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं और दर्शकों से अनुरोध भी करता हूं कि आज के इस महत्वपूर्ण कार्यक्रम को अपने एकेडमिशियंस में, अपने व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पर और अपने तमाम विद्यालयों में, महाविद्यालयों में और विभागों में इसको साझा करें। एक बार पुनः आपका स्वागत है सर। प्रोफेसर धर्मेंद्र कुमार दुबे साहब।
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Please continue, sir.
Respected Chairperson, Professor Samir Kumar Sharma, sir, Registrar, Nalanda Open University, Dr. Anantashutosh Dwivedi, sir, Director General, Heritage Society, Patna, Dr. Subodh Singh, sir, Principal, Shri Guru Gobind Singh College, Patna, Dr. Umesh Kumar, Head of Department Philosophy, distinguished guests, scholars, and students. It's my pleasure that this opportunity is given to me to share my views and thoughts on this very concerned issue with us. It is my pain and my sorrow also that why we having such a abundance, such a mammoth knowledge, having no place in the evolution of history, evolution of the history of geography. So when I was a student, I was thinking why it's happening, and that time, because I was a student, I thought maybe, as we all know that during our time, this inferiority was somehow engulfed in our mind. So we believe that yes, of course, maybe our contribution is not there. That's why it is there. But later on, I realized no, it's not like that, and things are different. Can you share my slides, sir? Is it possible? Doctor, thank you. That's great. Thank you, sir. So here is my topic in Indian ancient wisdom and its missing place in history of science. Focus on the central Himalaya through the lens of Manaskand. Before I start, I'm very happy. Last time also I attended one conference, and it was on the Indian knowledge system. That after a very long time, I'm saying after the independence, this is the first time I'm seeing that serious discussions are going on, and it is becoming the you can say the course of discussion, our Indian knowledge system, and somehow we who are in the 50s or in 60s or in 40s as a academician, as well as the students, are realizing that yes, of course, there is so much with us which we should proud of and we should put forth, and that thing is going on in this continuation. This is there, and it is not only the problem of geography, because I'm a geographer, so I'm putting the stand of geography, and this is a common problem with most of our subjects. I don't think, I am, as per my limited knowledge, I don't think that except philosophy or theology, any stream where we got a prominent place in the history of evolution of a subject. So here, anyway, coming to the topic, first of all, thanks again to both the organizations, Department of History, Sri Guru Gobind Singh College, Patna, and Center of Historical Studies, Heritage Society, Patna, to give me this opportunity. Directly coming to my topic, my presentation, starting with geography. It's a very confused subject. Why I'm saying confused? When we talk about geography, our perception, who is not a person from geography, he thinks that geography means place, person, place, like that, rivers, mountains, which is a part of very small fraction of geography called regional geography. So if you go to the history of geography, at the ancient time, it was considered as a description of the earth. And then I'm coming to the geography as a study of a spatial science, which presently we concern, and spatial distribution and differentiation. in a very broad sense, because so many definitions have come and now we are even having confusion what exactly we should take, and everyone is going on as per its own perception. But spatial distribution and differentiation are the two things on which we can do any research of it. And if this is not there, I presume that this is not a part of geography. So this is the niche of geography on which geography goes on. And even with these two images, how another important thing of geography is it's a dynamic character. Starting from the ancient time when we're doing this compass and all this and topo sheets, now shifting to the remote sensing and GIS, geography has traveled a long path. When we are coming, because my topic is concerned with the history of Indian geography and its tradition, so I will focus on that only. What are the sources of geographical information in the Indian context? So we have various sources. Like first is coming as the literature. We are using this word literature. We have uh, Ved, we have Ramayana, Mahabharata, Buddhist works, Jain literature, and a very rich is Purana. First of all, we have a lot of confusion on it. I will come to later. Indian traditions have two, literary and folklores. Besides that, there's a huge collection of folklores. And we have a very strong scientific background, that is astronomical and mathematical aspects. I'm not saying geography because all the aspects they have done a lot of work. Then second time comes that is called travel documents. Chinese travelers are there, Wen San, Fai Yan, Sung Yang, and they have in their travel document they have given a vivid description of India. Unfortunately, it is a very positive and very, I will say, glossy depiction of India, totally different from what depicted by the Arabs and Britishers, or even in the earlier, even in the earlier period after independence. So it was quite positive, and it was positive because it was like that. Then Arab travelers and Sultanate period comes in which the Ibn Battuta and Al Baruni is there. Those who are who have done a lot of work on that, and uh, basically those documents were, I will say, like a roznamcha, means daily diary. So when they were going with the two types of people, whether one were the travelers and another important people who were coming with some warrior or some conqueror or some king. So most of the cases it was a Rose Namcha, but still you get a lot of information out of that during middle period. European travelers, of course, their contribution is also very nice and their writing is very vivid. Like Megasthenes of Indica, it's a very old scholar. Then we have German, French, and Dutch travelers who traveled. A lot of missionaries people are also there. They also have done it. And then source during British period. So British period, we have the British commanders and policymakers and bureaucrats. We should accept that the bureaucrats who have, most of them have documented, the gadgeteers, they have done really a very nice work on that time. And even in so many cases when we want to go take as a base document, most of the cases we are taking gadgeteers as the base document. So they have done this work. Whatever information they had, they compiled and they put it accordingly. Then various, besides that, during this period, there is one more thing. I'm not covering it because I have a separate presentation on that. There is a very unique contribution of Indians as the explorer of the Central Asia. Central Asia, especially Tibet, was a forbidden land. And Britishers make a spy and they make it like a Pandit. Their title used to be Pandit and Pandit 1, 2, 3. Pandit 1 was Nan Singh Rawat and he traveled. That time it was very deadly country, very forbidden. It's a forbidden country. They visited Tibet, they collected information. Then Nansing Compassion, so many. Even they established the fact that the river coming out from the Mansarovar Lake, Sangpo, is the Brahmaputra. All these exploration work was done by the Indian scholars during British period. In various societies, surveys of India, universities, gazetteers are drafted during British period. They were the contribution. And then post-independence, a lot of universities were established. They have done a lot of research work. Then societies like what Dr. Anantashutosh sir is having, research institutions, explorations and documentations. So a lot of material collected during that time. But still I can say with a confidence that the material collected in the ancient period was definitely more mammoth than whatever collected later on. Then, if you go to the roots of Indian geography in the ancient literature, the earliest mention of the geography, if you say Bhagavad Purana, first time the Bhugol word has appeared. Bhu means earth and Gol means round. It's not a simple word, it depicts two things. It's happening in this earlier period. First is the earth is round. Very clearly they mention it, Bhugol. Earth is round, sphere. And for so many societies, it took centuries or even very little place, they were considering Earth as a flat. Second thing, considering Earth as a planet in total under the sphere of the study of Bhugol. It was not like a small area or piece or something where they were studying the geography. Rather, whole Earth was considered as a integrated part of the geography. That was something very in the root of the thinking of geography in our tradition. No, I'm just covering, because it's covering whole geography will be difficult, some important parameters of geography, which normally, and how come our Indian ancient knowledge was working on this. First thing is map. When we can talk about geography, map comes to our mind. And the first Bharatiya description of map of earliest found in Maharshi Vedavyas. And he has given a very nice slok, which so often people quote it. And he says that it's island. He quoted about the not the earth, about the universe, the earth, how earth looks like. He called it as a Sudarshan island, and he says it looks like a circle, like a man seeing its face in the mirror. So the island is visible in the lunar orbit. Means during that period, the scholar is telling to the other person that how earth looks like from the orbit of moon. Like astronaut is watching and in the two parts of island, two levels, people and great rabbit. He's saying it looks like that two leaves are there, like two leaves of people and a rabbit. Earth looks like this from the part.
Prabhakshami Vipavocha Kurunandana.
So this was all going on. What exactly it means, the scholars try to depict these things, and it is shown in this, what they were showing on this like sloka. If you see the earth, he's saying like a two mirror, like there's a sphere. If you make the two half a sphere, they are like a mirror. Okay, same half. It is not that one half is big, one half is small. Not like that. That first picture. Second, he says like the two people leaves. If you see these North and South America, part of Australia, coming as a people leaves, and this which is concerning the Asia, Europe, and Africa. If we reverse this image, then we see there's a rabbit. This is what described long back by Maharshi Vedavyas, that how Earth looks like from the orbit of Moon. So it means that time the knowledge was so high. Then next parameter, I'm coming to the distance, one of the very important parameter of geography. So Aryabhatta, Bhaskaracharya, Brahmagupta, Varamihir, they had a lot of contribution on the mathematical and astronomical things, and planetary position and movement, planetary forces, local time, direction, and cardinal points, atmospheric observations. Lot of things they have done on this aspect. And if you see their calculation with their mathematics, that time they were doing the calculation, and as per the Pancha Siddhantika of Varamihir, the dimension of the earth comes at 13,038 kilometers. Aryabhatta in Aryabhattika, what is his book, it is 13,440. And as per the modern calculation, is coming as at 12,756. Means how close they were to the calculation. And we cannot say it was just by their assuming it and doing it. No, there was a science, there were mathematical calculations, and in their books, it is very clearly, vividly mentioned. Next point, which in the geography, we say distance and direction are the two basic parameters of geography. When we make a map, it is there. So in that case, we are having, normally we talk too much about that. Homer has talked about the four directions and winds coming from the four directions and very much highlighted it. But since Rig Veda, we are having 10 directions. If you remember, whenever we are doing some puja in our home also, or during that Navratri time, we are saying Om Prachye Namo, Om Agnei Namo, Om Dakshin, Om Ang Dakshinai Namo, Om Ring Narityai Namo, Om Kling Pratichai Namo, Om Kling Vayuvyai Namo. What is this? 10 directions. 8 to the 8 directions which is showing in the diagram, and 2, Zenith and Nadir. All 10 directions. It was not the hidden science. It was part and parcel of the people. Society was using it for the daily purpose. So think of it, how much advanced it was. And that too, it's coming in the Rig Veda. Then if you talk about the space, I'm coming one by one: map, direction, distance, space. Another parameter of geography. If you see that during the period Shruti period, you must be knowing it, there is a period of Shruti period and Smriti period. Ancient period we divide into two. Shruti period is that period when things were listened, and Smriti period when it was memorized. So all our Ved are coming during the Shruti period. During Shruti period, means very ancient period, it was, or you can say pre-Ramayana, pre-Mahabharata period, the earth was divided into 7 islands: Jambu, Palash, Shalmali, Kusha, Kronch, Saka, and Pushkar. And it was not divided, but vividly given the description. And what was their landmark representation, that was also given, like name after. Like Jambu Dube was named after the jambu tree or the rose apple tree. What was the worship? Complex worship. Various gods and goddesses were worshipped here. है ना? Palaksha is a Indian fig tree, that Mediterranean area. Sun. Even if you come to the Roman period, till Roman period, sun was the main god. Then we come to the Salmali, silk cotton tree. Moon was the main. Western part of Africa and adjoining area, I will show in the next map. So that was the main. Kusha. In this, Kusha was is a Kush grass. Entire Arabian plateau, that desert up to the Persia. Main god was fire. Remember, even till before coming of Islam, it was the Persian, and Persians were the worshipper of the fire. Kronk, Mount Kronch or Kronk, water was the main god of worship. Even some people says it is the Kronch because of the Kronch, the crane bird was there. It was also said as the land of the 1,000 rivers. Entire Europe and northern part of that is coming on that. Shaka is the tea tree. Air was the main, and Pushkar was the lotus flower, and Brahma was this. With this diagram, you can understand it better way. This was the how the world was divided. This is the entire Jambu Deep coming from North Ocean till the Indian Ocean, Atlantic to Indian Ocean. This entire area. This is Alaska, and then Pushkar, then Saka, and then Salmali. These ways, during the Rig Veda period, the island was divided, the world was divided into 7 land masses. Island were there. Then when we come to the Jambu Deep, it is a very vivid description. It is not just divided. Like Jambu, they are saying that in the center there's a Meru Parvat, and when you come, then Ilarveda is coming, then Hari depression is there, then Himvat and Himalaya is there, then Kimpurusha is there, then Himayat is there, and then Bharat is there, and after Bharat we are having the ocean. So what you will get after when you will traverse to this area, it was also very much cleared. Meru, I have a confusion. I have a perception that it is not the Meru Parvat, which normally when we go to Gangotri on top of Shivling, backside the Mount Shivling, we say Meru. Meru seems to be somewhere in the Kailash, around Kailash, and Kailash is supposed to be that backbone. This is perception, which more research is needed on this aspect. Then what is Bharatvarsha? As per our geography, they have decided Bharatvarsh. There are sloks which describe the Bharatvarsh, and Bharatvarsh was from Himalaya, Himvat, what they use the word, and then various zones are included in that, like Saptasindhu, Himvat, Kailas Parvat, Vindhyans, Sahyadri, and so on. Various rivers are clearly described, and remember, it is happening in the Rig Veda period during the Shruti. So very old time, all these informations were there, and these information cannot be gathered by the travelers without the scholars who have traveled this area and very sincerely documented these informations. So it was a mammoth work they have done, and they have documented. And remember, all these documentations are in a classical language, Sanskrit, and that too in verses. So it is a very giant work. It was done. Then coming to the scholars, let's see who are the scholars during that time. And uh, okay, so name of the scholars, if you see that 3000 years before the Christ, we were having Acharya Kapil, who has contribution in the cosmology. Arya Bharadwaj, aviation technology, 800 years before Christ. Then we have a Buddhayana, mathematics, 800 years before Christ. Acharya Charak, medicine, 600 years before Christ. So Kanad is coming, physics, atomic physics. Then Acharya Shushrut is coming. Earlier, my scholar was also mentioning it. Medical surgery. Then Panini is there for the grammar, 400 before years before Christ. Then Nagarjuna is there. Aryabhatta is there, 476 to 550. Mathematics and astronomy. Varamihir, Brahmagupta, Bhaskaracharya, Siddhacharya, and Brahmadeva coming to 1060 to 1130. Here one thing is very important. We are having a list of scholars who are appearing at the various phases, but after 1130 AD, we are not getting scholars in the field of cosmology or mathematics or physics or chemistry or various those institutions. Why? It comes to our mind. And that is, as per scholars, as per my perception also, after the invasion of Islamic forces or the conquerors, they destroy the institutions. One. Second thing, because those who are scholars, either they were in the ashramas or they were serving as institution, they were getting support from the society or from the kings. That support has gone, and obviously the institutions broken up. So this entire great system which was going on that time, it was totally disrupted. After that, we are getting people of philosophy, theology, but we are not getting of these fields. So something serious thing happen over here, which is I will mention later on this also. Now I'm coming to the my this was I was giving a brief introduction about geography or our Indian knowledge system. Now I'm coming to the my Manaskand or the Puran. You might be thinking, how come I'm a geographer, that too, environmental geographer, and how come I come to the Purana? Actually, 2001, I got a chance to make documentary for DD Bharati. I was doing the research, and it was on the uh, Devabhumi Kumaon. It is the eastern part of Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand is divided into two divisions. I born and brought up in Uttarakhand. So Uttarakhand is a two division. Eastern part is Kumaon. So 10 episodes we are supposed to make, and my problem was which document I should take as a base, because history was very important in this aspect. So as usual, we take the gazetteer. I was also talking about the gazetteer of Atkinson or Genzer or so on. But then I met with a scholar and very senior person, and he said, "DK, better you go for the Manaskand, Skand Puran, Manaskand." So our perception, even I know that I am talking about the students. So many of us have a perception that Skand Purana means something concerned with the religion, something concerned with the praying of God and goddesses and deities and all. No, I too have this perception. But because he was a senior scholar, so I was forced, I studied. And when I studied, my mind blown off. It is a wonderful material of that. And from there, I come in touch with the Manaskand of Skanda Purana. And fortunately, because I am a mountaineer, I am a traveler, and I have a great interest on the Himalayan aspect. So most of the area, excluding the Tibet part, I traveled during my college time. So I was really surprised to see how they gathered the information. Anyway, first talk about the Puran. We have 18 Purans, and one of them is Skanda Puran. In classical division of Skand Puran, which normally you will get seven khand or seven parts of it, like Maheshwar Khand, Vaishnav Khand, Brahma Khand, Kashi Khand, Avanti Khand, Nagar Khand, and Prabhash or Prabhash Khand. They are having various chapters, and they are very voluminous thing. Out of this, Skanda Puran is very big. Skanda Puran is very, very voluminous, very big, and it is very important for our Indian knowledge system. So, Okay. I'm audible, sir? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay,
Please
okay, sir.
continue, sir. Please continue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please. So when you, because when you will go and search Manaskand, you may not get it. You will get what I'm showing you here, because Chokamba Prakashan or earlier Prakashan gives 7. But later on, when you go for this, it is a Chokamba Surabhi Prakashan. In this case, you will get the 9 khand of Manaskand, Skanda Purana. You will get 9 khand, and one of them is Manas. It is Himadri, Manas, Kailas, Kedar, Patal, Kashi, Reva, uh, Brahmottar, and Nagar. So it is similar, but sometimes scholars try to divide or try to make separate khands on it. And the explanation which given by the Acharya Gopal Datta Pandey, which has compiled this as per the original text, he given that Shiv Lingayat Lingotpatti or uske Nav Khand Vibhajan. According to that, the 9 zones were divided according to this, and each was taken as a one khand of the Skanda Purana. So this is how things were going on. Now coming to Skanda Purana Manas Khand, which I am giving you some example for support of my geographical knowledge, ancient geographical knowledge. I want to let you know where is Manas Khand. If this is India, this is, you can see Uttarakhand. Here, this is Uttarakhand. Arrow is visible, no, sir? Is it visible? Arrow? My cursor is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. So this part, you see, this is Kumaon, division of Uttarakhand, or the western part of Uttarakhand. Here is Nepal, and adjoining to the Tibet, which is presently controlled by the China. Okay. So this is area of Manaskhand. This. And this part, the Garhwal, where you are having Shri Badrinath, Kedarnath, Gangotri, Yamunotri, and all those, this is Garhwal, covered by the Kedarkhand of the Manaskand, of the Skandapurana. So I'm focusing here on the Manaskand, and then if you come to this, it will be here. This is River Ganga is shown here, Uttarakhand, and half of this area, and this is Manas Sarovar. This is Rakastal, and if you see that 3 rivers are clearly visible. This western part is concerned with the western part is concerned with the Indus River. 3 major rivers are originated from this area. Indus River. Right side is Brahmaputra, what is called here Sangpo, and this is Varun River, which is coming as a Gandak. So 3 major rivers are originated from here, and this is the area of Manaskand. Now, what is a Manaskand and what it describes? About Manaskand, I think I should give you a small description. It's total 651 pages, including the tippani, the comments. 178 chapters or adhyayas are there. Each chapter dedicated to one place or mountain or river or features. All its verses are in Sanskrit, and it is written between 300 to 900 AD. It is a matter of discourse, but whatever the scholars have given, I'm accepting it like that. 300 to 900 AD it has been written. Aspects covered beside extensive religious aspects, its vivid description about the mountains, rivers and its confluence, valleys, passes, routes, prominent places with details, people and their religious cultural characteristics, prominent crops, and so on. Remember, it said this is covering the one of the most difficult part of the Himalaya, that is the Great Himalaya and Trans Himalaya. For layman words, I can say, if you're starting from Haridwar, going towards Badrinath, so up to Haridwar, up to you can say Uttarkasi, it is lesser Himalaya or Bhatwadi. When you go to Badrinath, Kedarnath, they are the Great Himalaya. And when you cross it, means you are going to Lahore, Spiti, or Bhotia valleys of Uttarakhand, they are the Trans Himalaya. So they are covering the Great and Trans Himalaya is very difficult part. And in the Skanda Purana, they have covered it very, very vividly. The description is wonderful, which is even in the contemporary geographical work, we are not seeing it. So described, so detailed. And besides that, they are not only talking about the routes, prominent places, people and their religious and cultural characteristics, as well as the crops, flora, fauna, all they are covering in a great detail over here. How great description of geography is included over here, regional geography, or you can say this. So one way I will say, if after this, that this is like an encyclopedia of that, a complete encyclopedia of a zone, and that we are doing in the 3rd to 9th century AD as per this our scholars. So, like I'm giving you one example. This place you are seeing is called Jageshwar or Yageshwar, and it is uh, or it is with, they have a small river called Jad Ganga, and Daruk one. Daruk means Devdaru. So Daruk one is there. In this small area of 15 to 20 kilometers, 3 chapters are being covered. It is covered by the 3 chapters of Skanda Puran. Vivid description of it. I can, with confidence, I can say Skanda Puran, Manaskand of Skanda Puran is covering all third order streams, of that area. It is a commendable work done during that period. This is Jageshwar. It is also considered the 8th Jyotirling, and a vivid description of this area is given on that. And then if you come to here, like Indian ancient, this is here. Another example is of Bageshwar. This is the city of Bageshwar in Uttarakhand. And it is not that Bageshwar Dham of Rajasthan, what Bageshwar Dham Baba you are saying it. It is Bageshwar of there. It is also mentioned in the Puran very vividly. And it is in the junction of Saryu and Gomti. So what is the Saryu River? Saryu River is coming from the mountain area around the Sarmul and Namik Glacier. From here, they are giving you description of the Great Himalaya, then this origin of this river, crossing through the Lesser Himalaya, coming to Bageshwar. So vivid description they are giving in this Skanda Purana, and it is coming over there, properly documented over here, and various chapters are giving. Great Himalaya, 6 chapters they have given on it. So just you think how much great description is it. I'm taking you another very unique example, and it shows that how difficult task of documentation they have done in Skanda Purana, in the Manaskand of Skanda Purana, that it is called this chapter is coming over the Sri Manasarovar. In Manasarovar, that is a trans-Himalayan part. So how, if you have to go to Manasarovar, or the scholar who have documented it, or the team of scholars, or a school of scholars, or generations of scholars, they have documented it. They have traveled the Lesser Himalaya. Then they come to the Great Himalaya. This is the part of the Great Himalaya, the south of Himalaya. Direction, because our perception is the boundary of our country is Himalaya. Himalaya is in the north. But it's not like that. This is the Great Himalaya. And if you see, this is a vertical cliff. Today, its situation of today. Down there is a river, and there is a C-shaped cut. With this, people is passing. You see, the person is going. This is the Great Himalaya. After crossing the Great Himalaya, then they are crossing this Panchacholi, the mountain range, going to north of it. And then is reaching to the Trans-Himalayan area. Trans-Himalayan area means where the entire India is on the south. Himalaya is on the south. हमारा एक परसेप्शन है कि हिमालय जो है वो उत्तर में है, लेकिन जब आप ग्रेट हिमालय, ट्रांस हिमालय पहुंचते हैं तो समझ में आता है कि नहीं, हिमालय हमारे दक्षिण में है. Then they cross this great Himalayan, this trans-Himalayan area, and reach to the Kailash Mansarovar. This is the highland of Tibet. This animal is yak, you can see. This is the Mansarovar lake, and this is the Kailash Parvat. So they started from here, traveled all together, crossed the Himalaya, reached to Trans-Himalaya, and then they have reached over here. It's a wonderful work they have done, and I believe that so many scholars must have perished, died silently for documentation of this work. That's why you will not get one name of one scholar who have documented it, because it must be a work of a school of scholars, or a group of scholars like that. Another example, which is of the medieval period, and our knowledge of geography is here, how they considered, how they have used it. Like geographical wisdom during medieval period, example is shifting of Chand capital from Champawat to Almora in 1568. Champawat was somewhere here. This is Champawat. It was on the border. This is the river Kali, and here is Nepal. So this capital city was Champawat, and always they were having attack from the Nepal side. To avoid this attack, इन आक्रमणों से बचने के लिए उनको लगा कि हमें कहीं बीच में होना चाहिए. We should center located nearby center. So they were trying to find out a city. What was the capital located in the center of the kingdom, away from Nepal? City should be on the top of the ridge. This was a big challenge. How they can establish a city on the top of the ridge? Because सबसे पहली जरूरत है पानी. पानी कैसे मिलेगा अगर आप पहाड़ के ऊपर एक शहर बनाएंगे, रिज के ऊपर एक शहर बनाएंगे? एंड सेकंड वाज द लार्ज सिटी शुड ग्रो बिकम अ प्राइड ऑफ द चंद. वो शहर छोटा मोटा नहीं होना चाहिए कि एक गढ़ी बना दी, उसको पूरा एक शहर होना चाहिए जो कि चंद किंगडम का एक प्राउड बने. हाउ दे अचीव्ड इट? they chosen the centrally located hill of Kamau, and then to provide water supply. So they come to the Almora, present day Almora city, and then to provide support of the large population, a strong spring fed system was created. और अगर आप जियोलॉजी के हिसाब से देखेंगे तो इट्स अ एंटीक्लाइनल स्ट्रक्चर. इट्स अ वेरी रेयर स्ट्रक्चर. नॉर्मली आवर माउंटेन्स आर लाइक, हम कहते हैं फोल्डेड माउंटेन्स है, वो इस शेप में, फोल्ड शेप में होंगे. बट इट वाज नॉट लाइक दैट. वो एंटीक्लाइनल, लाइक रिवर्स फोल्ड के रूप में वहां पर रॉक्स हैं. तो जहां पर भी एंटीक्लाइनल स्ट्रक्चर होगा वहां पर स्प्रिंग सिस्टम बहुत अच्छे से ग्रो होगा. और द बेस्ट स्प्रिंग सिस्टम दे आइडेंटिफाइड 1568, और उस स्प्रिंग सिस्टम पर उन्होंने इस शहर को बसाने की कोशिश की. एट इस पीक अल्मोड़ा हैड 360 springs, and the city till the late British period surviving with these springs. So, and later on what happened, successfully a city has grown on that. And this is present day Almora. You can see it. This is the map, how they established. These are the springs where they identified. This is the ridge, like this you are seeing the ridge, and this is one of the temple, important. This is, what is this? This is basically a spring. They don't make a spring like they are making a pond, like to collect the water. A kund, वो उन्होंने कुंड बनाया और उसमें पानी इकट्ठा कर लिया, ऐसा नहीं है. They give a shape of a temple to a spring. There used to be separate place for taking bath and all, and with that they collected the groundwater. At the top of the ridge where both the rivers were 1500 meters down, 1500 से 2000 मीटर नीचे दोनों तरफ नदियां थी. रिज के ऊपर उन्होंने शहर बसाया. और इट्स अ परफेक्ट नॉलेज ऑफ जियोलॉजी एंड फिजिकल जियोग्राफी. बिना उसके कोई भी इस तरह की चीज संभव नहीं. एंड व्हाट हैपेंड लेटर ऑन? This was the city during my childhood. Almora was like this. I saw it. Now it has totally gone because concrete has come. These houses were constructed. इतने बड़े बड़े मकान बनाए गए. ये सब पत्थरों की छतें हैं, पत्थरों से बनाए गए और लकड़ी, wooden, they made it. A vibrant culture developed, and a complete city of Chand was grown over here. Then another example I am giving about the knowledge system of that time. I am in Ethiopia, and we have a World Heritage Site called Konso. In Konso, it is a World Heritage Site because they have a terraced fields. खेतों में सीढ़ीदार खेत बनाए गए हैं, इसलिए कोंसो को जो साउथ इथियोपिया में है उसको यूनेस्को का वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट डिक्लेयर किया गया है. You go to any part of Himalaya here, terracing is an age-old system. Anywhere you cannot get a single field without terracing. This is our indigenous knowledge, and nobody give recognition, nobody give any weightage to it. What is this? Seems to be a temple. I'm just on the Manaskand area. It's not a temple, it's a spring. We call it a Nola. In this Nola, you see how they make it so decorated, given a shape of temple. It used to be washing area for the clothes. There were strict rules to be maintained, to be followed. During when you are impure, you cannot visit these ponds. You see various. Now they are going. Inside of the pond used to be like this. You see the water inside, like a kund. It's a wonderful water harvesting system. This we are having since ages, and we have no recognition in groundwater system. That is my question. This is on the top of Almora city. You see that water is flowing out. So nice groundwater structure was created over here. Sacred groves, I need not to say anything because throughout our India we have sacred groves. This was also our age-old tradition. So my question over here is, which is my concern as a geographer, is if you see the evolutionary path of geography, where we are, if you go through, even if my students are watching it, you can open your Google and search any syllabus of master's program. You will get history of evolutionary path, history evolution of geographical thoughts, and you will see that history of geographical thoughts in ancient period. इसमें we study Greeks and Romans, Dark Age, Arab geographers, Age of Discoveries and Explorations, and finish. Then history of geographical thoughts in modern period, French, German geographical thoughts, American thoughts, Russian thoughts, so on. Then modern approaches. And my question is, with having such a magnificent knowledge, where we are, hum hain kahan par? And why is the Indian contribution is not there? Why it was not recognized? I have, for this why, I have certain explanation for that, why it has not. First of all, destruction by the rulers, destruction by ourselves, and doubt established in our rich ancient wisdom, willingly or willingly ignored. First, I'm coming to destruction by the rulers, by destroying the institutions and systems. Institutions and systems were destroyed, और जब systems destroy हो गए तो scholars का grow करना संभव नहीं हो पाया. By developing the destructive narratives, it was more dangerous, and it happened more on the later period. Systematically devaluation, degradation, and finally sidelining the corner. During my perception is during the entire Sultanate period, destroying the institutions and systems was there. But during the British period, destructive narratives were created, and that hampered more to our entire knowledge system, and it has gone to sideline. Then destruction by ourselves. Okay, they have done it, we can understand. Scholars simply opted the wrong narrative. I don't know why. After independence, if you should, wrong narratives were accepted. Wrong narratives entered into the schools and colleges. If you see their syllabus, wrong narratives have gone to their syllabus, to their research. And common people accepted and digested without question. Whatever narrative created, it is correct. जो हमें बताया जा रहा है वही ठीक है, और ये चीजें एक नैरेटिव बन के बाहर आ गई. Now doubt established in our rich ancient wisdom, willingly or ignored. What happened out of that? We really stand in front of we really stand in front of the West. हम कभी वेस्ट के अपोजिट में या वेस्ट को कभी हमें कहने के लिए खड़े ही नहीं हो पाए कि भाई देखिए हमारा तो स्टैंड ये है, आप कैसे कह रहे हैं कि आपकी नॉलेज है. हमारे पास तो बहुत पुराना नॉलेज है. रीजनल ज्योग्राफी की बात हम 16, 17, 15 सेंचुरी में आके यूरोप में करते हैं. हमारे पास तो पूरा इसका मानस स्कंद पुराण पूरा जो भरा हुआ है, इसके 9 खंड है. इट इज ऑल रीजनल ज्योग्राफी, इट्स एनसाइक्लोपीडिया. Why don't we get that recognition? Because we never stood for the West in this regard. Do our ancient literature carry any? अच्छा, एक और नैरेटिव बहुत गलत आ गया कि हमें लगा, हमें ये भर दिया गया, हमारी जनरेशन खास तौर से, डू आवर एंशिएंट लिटरेचर कैरी एनी साइंटिफिक लॉजिक और बेस. हमें लगता था कि नहीं, हमारे जो कुछ भी लिखा ये तो खाली मनगढ़ंत है या ये लोगों की खामोख्याली है. इट इज नॉट फैक्ट्स, इट डजंट हैव फैक्ट सपोर्ट्स. और हमने इसे एक्सेप्ट कर लिया, हाँ ठीक है ऐसा ही होगा. एंड डीप inferiority complex got deep rooted into the mind of scholars. We accepted it कि हाँ जो साइंस है वो वेस्ट है, जो लॉजिक है वो वेस्ट है, जो फैक्ट्स है, विजडम है वो वेस्ट है. हमारा तो खाली बस एक लिटरेचर है और हम मनगढ़ंत कपोल कथाएं हैं और ये सब चीजें. These things very much destroyed. Very, very badly they destructed. This narrative building was most destructive thing, and unfortunately we, instead of countering it, we accepted it. I'm very much happy. Last few years I'm seeing that such discussion, debate, seminars, conferences are happening on it. What is needed? This is my last slide and I want to discuss you what is needed. First of all, extensive awareness among all the segments of society about our Indian knowledge system, ancient knowledge system, intensive research on our ancient wisdom. Research should come out to the public sphere. This is very important. We are doing research in some universities, some institution, it is going to the corner. then needs a national and globally collective efforts. What happened earlier also scholars were doing, but in isolation. Someone is doing somewhere and it is he has done somewhere like jungle mein mor nacha kisne dekha. No, it has to be a collective effort. It should come to a platform. It should go to the public. And I personally believe that social media may play a very important role in this. I will request to the scholars, whatever research we are doing, it should come to the social media because social media has a huge platform. Such आना चाहिए. TV and Bollywood should come forward to take such issues of the national pride. There should be movies and documentaries on our great scholars. Kapil Kanadi या इन ऋषियों पर होनी चाहिए. Seminar, symposium, workshop as it is going on, and even if one student or scholar is motivated, I will be thankful. Wrong narrative must be countered at academic and media space. This is a very important role, and this is the role of us as a scholar that we have to counter these things and war against wrong narratives. This is the thing which destroyed most to us and to our scholars, and that is needed. तभी ये चीजें, then only these things will be done. Thanks a lot for your kind attention and giving me time for that. Thank you, sir.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। इतने विस्तार से हम सभी लोग एकाग्रचित होके आज के इस व्याख्यान को सुन रहे थे और कई सारे इश्यूज को आपने उठाया। इसके बारे में हम सभी जानते हैं कि इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम को लेके कितनी भ्रांतियां लोगों के मन में रही है और यंगर जनरेशन तो हमारा सब कुछ समझता है कि हम लोग बाहर से ही सीखे, सब कुछ विदेशों से ही हमारे पास आई है, उनके मन में ऐसा रहता है। और मिसिंग लिंक्स के ऊपर आपने बहुत सुंदर आपने बात की। सर हाल ही में मैंने नेपाल गया था। नेपाल के काठमांडू में जाके जब एक कॉन्फ्रेंस अटेंड करने वहाँ गया था, काठमांडू के सिटी को मैंने जब हिल पर देखा, बहुत प्लेन लैंड है एकदम, और पूरा कैपिटल जो है काठमांडू नेपाल के टॉप पर है एकदम वहां पर। अब मुझे विश्वास नहीं हो रहा था कि हम मिडिल गंगा प्लेन में रहने वाले लोग हैं। हिल बहुत ज्यादा, उतने लार्जर स्केल पे हिल कभी देखा नहीं है, आसपास हमारे यहाँ कहीं है नहीं। मैं देख के सरप्राइज हो रहा था कि कैसे कोई व्यक्ति उस रीजन में आके और टॉप पे अपना इतना बड़ा सिटी बनाने के लिए, और उसके कई सारे उसमें दूरदर्शिता का परिचय दे रहा था कि युद्ध कौशल में इस सिटी का क्या इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले हो सकता है, बाकी सबको लेके। तो मुझे आपके आज के आपके नैरेटिव से और डिस्कशन से ये पता चल रहा है कि कितना रिच हमारा इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम है और कितने प्लान्ड वे में लोग इन चीजों को स्टडी करते रहे थे उस टाइम पीरियड में। और अभी रॉन्ग नैरेटिव्स को लेके हम बहुत सारे जो अनअवेयर्ड है वही रॉन्ग नैरेटिव करते हैं सर, क्योंकि उनके बीच में थोड़ा सा ज्ञान होता है और वे चाहते हैं कि उसी चीज को आधार बना के बड़ी सी बुक लिखी जाए, बृहद शब्दकोश तैयार किया जाए उसका, क्योंकि उनके पास उस तरह का रहता नहीं है। तो बड़े विस्तार से सर आपने इस मानस खंड वाला पार्ट को टच करते हुए स्कंद पुराण को, और कैसे उत्तराखंड के पूरे बहुत विस्तार से सभी जिलों और उनके ऊपर बातचीत आपने किया सर। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर आपको इसके लिए। और हमको लगता है कि दर्शक भी काफी लाभ उठा रहे होंगे, लगातार सबका कमेंट्स भी यहाँ लगातार आ रहा था। अभी डॉक्टर शैलेंद्र कुमार दुबे साहब का बहुत बहुत सुंदर कमेंट आया है सर, अभी उन्होंने लिखा है आज के इस कार्यक्रम को लेके। तो और काफी और कमेंट्स बहुत सारे आ रहे हैं, तो मैं सबको तो एक ही बार दिखाना संभव है नहीं, तो मैं बाकी सब दर्शक लोग पढ़ रहे होंगे उसको वहां से। अब समय आ गया है कि आज के इस कार्यक्रम को लेके धन्यवाद ज्ञापन करने के लिए, क्योंकि अध्यक्षीय उद्बोधन में अध्यक्ष महोदय अभी तक हम लोगों के साथ नहीं जुड़ पाए हैं और उनका मोबाइल जो है नेटवर्क के बाहर भी बता रहा है। हमको लगता है कुछ कनेक्शन प्रॉब्लम उनका हो गया होगा, इसलिए शायद ऐसा हो रहा है। तो मैं धन्यवाद ज्ञापन करने के लिए आज के इस कार्यक्रम का और श्री गुरु गोविंद सिंह कॉलेज के प्रधानाचार्य महोदय डॉक्टर सुबोध कुमार सिंह साहब से, प्रिंसिपल साहब से अनुरोध करता हूं कि आप इस कार्यक्रम को धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करें सर। आपका स्वागत है सर जी।
सभी लोगों को
आवाज आ रही है सर ना? जी
सर आ रही है आवाज, आ रही
जी जी
जी सर, जी सर,
आज
प्लीज।
के आभासीय माध्यम से परिचर्चा के अध्यक्ष जो किसी तकनीकी कारण से शामिल नहीं हो सके, प्रोफेसर समीर कुमार शर्मा जी, कुल सचिव नालंदा खुला विश्वविद्यालय नालंदा। दूसरे मुख्य वक्ता प्रोफेसर धर्मेंद्र कुमार दुबे जी, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ ज्योग्राफी एंड इन्वायरमेंटल स्टडीज, हरावे यूनिवर्सिटी, इथोपिया। एवं तीसरे चर्चा प्रवर्तक डॉक्टर अनंताशुतोष द्विवेदी जी, डायरेक्टर जनरल हेरिटेज सोसाइटी पटना। एवं चौथे स्वागतकर्ता डॉक्टर उमेश कुमार, विभागाध्यक्ष दर्शन शास्त्र विभाग। आप सबका इस आभासीय माध्यम से हो रहे चर्चा में बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूं। आप सभी का अभिनंदन करता हूं एवं आप सभी का हृदय की गहराई से स्वागत करता हूं। आज की परिचर्चा का विषय प्राचीन भारतीय इतिहास ज्ञान परंपरा, बहुत ही सारगर्भित एवं रोचक विषय रखा गया है, जिस पर आज के मुख्य वक्ता प्रोफेसर धर्मेंद्र कुमार दुबे जी ने तो सारे चीज का विस्तार पूर्वक मैप के माध्यम से भी जहां जरूरत महसूस की समझाने का पूरा प्रयास किया है, जिसका लाभ आज की परिचर्चा में शामिल सभी छात्रों, छात्राओं, शोधकर्ताओं को निश्चित रूप से प्राप्त हो। उन्होंने बहुत सारी बातें ऐसे कही जिसको ध्यानपूर्वक जो इस परिचर्चा में शामिल हुए हैं और सुन रहे हैं, उनको लाभ हो। मैं इस परिचर्चा को कराने में द्विवेदी जी का खास करके हृदय से स्वागत करता हूं। वो बिहार के लिए और बिहार ही नहीं पूरे देश के लिए शोधकर्ताओं, छात्रों, छात्राओं, दर्शकों के लिए प्रयासरत रहते हैं। मेरे पास भी पिछले बार उन्होंने किया था, बहुत सारे लोगों का आया था कि सर उनसे इस तरह का आग्रह करना है आपको कि वो हमेशा इस तरह के कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाते रहें, जिससे हम सभी लोगों को लाभ मिल सके। मैं उनसे उन लोगों के रिक्वेस्ट को आपके सामने, द्विवेदी जी के सामने आग्रह करता हूं, इस तरह का प्रोग्राम को और आप आगे बढ़ाइए, जिससे शोधकर्ताओं को भी, कुछ शोधकर्ता जब ये बोले कि मुझे वो पिछली मीटिंग से बहुत फायदा हुआ, तो बहुत खुशी हुई। इस तरह के कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाना है और प्राचीन काल से भारत उच्च मानवीय मूल्यों एवं विशिष्ट वैज्ञानिक परंपराओं, विभिन्न धर्मों में विश्वास करने वाले लोगों का देश रहा है। मैं आज पुनः मुख्य वक्ता महोदय प्रोफेसर धर्मेंद्र कुमार दुबे जी का आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। उनसे मुझे भी बहुत सारी बातें, नई बातें की जानकारी मिली, जिसके लिए दिल से उनका पुनः आभार व्यक्त करते हैं। खास करके उन्हें जोड़ने के लिए द्विवेदी जी का भी अभिनंदन करते हैं। अंत में मैं अपने महाविद्यालय परिवार की ओर से कुछ लोगों का जो मेरे पर भी फोन आ रहा था, उनके ओर से आप सभी का हृदय से स्वागत करता हूं, अभिनंदन करता हूं। साथ ही साथ पुनः द्विवेदी जी से आग्रह करता हूं कि इस तरह की परिचर्चा वो और अधिक प्रभावी ढंग से कायम करें। अंत में मैं आप सभी का हाथ जोड़ करके, जो पुरानी परंपरा हम लोगों की रही है, ऐसे तो पैर छू करके परंपरा रही है, लेकिन चूंकि आप दूर हैं, खास करके द्विवेदी जी और धर्मेंद्र जी, वो गार्जियन मेरे हैं, पिता तुल्य हैं, उनका स्वागत करते हुए इजाजत है।
धन्यवाद सर। तो इस तरह से हेरिटेज सोसाइटी और गुरु गोबिंद सिंह कॉलेज के बीच में का जो हम लोगों का एमओयू साइन है, और उसके कार्यक्रम से उसके तहत हम लोग कई सारे लगातार कार्यक्रम करते रहे हैं। और चूंकि आज यह वर्चुअल प्रोग्राम था, लेकिन हम लोग उम्मीद करते हैं कि बहुत जल्दी एक बड़े स्तर पर एक सेमिनार का आयोजन हम लोग पटना में करने वाले हैं। हम लोग प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं, और दर्शकों लोग जितने देख भी रहे हैं, सुन भी रहे हैं हम लोगों को। और आज के हमारे मुख्य वक्ता महोदय जो ऑनलाइन हम लोग के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, लेकिन हम लोग बहुत जल्दी सर आपके लिए यहाँ एकेडमिक माहौल तैयार कर रहे हैं ऑफलाइन मोड में, और उस समय आपको उस समय भी हम लोग आमंत्रित करेंगे। और उम्मीद है कि इस बार की भांति अगली बार भी हम लोगों के इस आवेदन को आप स्वीकार करेंगे। तो और बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप सभी दर्शकों का। एक बार पुनः फिर हम लोग नए कार्यक्रम में नए विषय पर नए मेहमान के साथ दोनों संस्थानों की तरफ से जुड़ने का प्रयास करेंगे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप सभी का।